These four guys are really something. They dared to jump off a cliff that was over 2,000 meters high. They shot down through the clouds like 4 bullets. You've got to know that the death rate in wingsuit flying is 40%. What they're doing is pretty much playing with their lives. Before long, the 4 of them hit the perfect flying position. They were falling at 200 kilometers per hour. Right beneath them were thick bushes. If they cramped up mid-flight, they would have no chance of survival. To stay alive, they had to keep adjusting their flight path, ducking any obstacles ahead. As they slowly made their way through the forest, they faced their ultimate challenge. That was to fly through the Vallenstadt Gorge. At this point, their speed had reached an insane 250 kilometers per hour. Even though the gorge was only about 1,000 meters long, the cliffs on both sides were solid rock. One wrong move and they'd be crushed to pieces, so all they could do was hold their breath and adjust their angles to avoid obstacles. But the air in the gorge was unpredictable, making it even harder to control their movements. You could say, death was waving at them from a distance. Luckily, because of their amazing flying skills, after a wild ride of speed and thrills, they safely made it through the gorge, opened their parachutes, and landed. They hugged each other, praising each other's bravery. The feeling of having a second chance at life was so exhilarating. But soon, they would pay a heavy price for their actions. The next morning, they climbed back up to a snow-covered mountain almost 5,000 meters high. This time they were taking on a challenge, sliding down the mountain on skateboards, without checking the route beforehand. As they debated which route to take, one guy decided to throw caution to the wind and go first. He chose the most dangerous rocky path. Without a word, the others followed him down, leaving one teammate behind on the summit to call for help. Before long, they were all on their way, but little did they know, this path was filled with rocks they never could have imagined. Even worse, they hadn't planned the route, which meant they could crash into a rock and fall into the abyss at any second. As their speed increased, the floorboards cut through the snow like blades. The faster they went, the more addicted to the thrill they became. They just couldn't stop. They were loving it. The extreme excitement that came with the sport was overwhelming, but just as they were getting carried away, one of them suddenly lost control. The force of the speed threw him off course, and he sped straight toward the edge of a cliff.